Question. Like I said, you on Earth. Chances are you got a mom and dad and family and things of that nature, right? I want this. I really would like this question answered. How many people, if you could somehow find out, if you knew that when you died, your family was trying to sue or get money, would be furious? Like if you could come back even to only just be like, nah, don't get them nothing. Nah, it was good. I was bugging out. Ain't nobody need no money. How many people would be like, yo, I never would want my family to benefit. Like, fuck that. We passed that point. I can't be dead now and then y'all try to benefit. How many people would really be like, yo, these are people that hated me and treated me like shit. Why should they benefit off me at any point for anything? They never treated me right. I don't know the stats on that. I don't know if it's data to back that. But just going off like what I've experienced in life and meeting people and knowing people, at least in my world, in my community, there's a lot of people that feel that way, right? That's one.
Homicide and the death of Jordan Neely in that subway chokehold case that captivated New York, divided the city, and has certainly been highly charged and debated ever since. Chris Glorioso is down there at the courthouse live with us right now after we learned that the jury came back and said Daniel Penny not guilty of criminally negligent homicide after we had already learned that he was acquitted.
Yo, look at New York people back there with the yellow hat.
So Chris, take us through what happened today in court.
Well, and what you just mentioned, Adam, is one reason why some court watchers might be a little confused by this verdict. This is a not guilty verdict coming in just about a day after the jury sent 2 notes to the judge saying they were deadlocked on the top charge, which was manslaughter in the second degree.
Okay.
And then today, the jury goes in to deliberate after a couple of hours, and they come back and they say unanimously that there is a not guilty verdict on the lesser charge, which is criminally negligent homicide. Some people might have looked at that first one and said, well, wait a minute, it is likely there's someone on this jury who wants to vote to convict and others who do not want to convict. But again,
and I would think that would be natural, right? Now, in the criminal justice system, right? How was the jury supposed to come back with the verdict? Where do they have to get to mentally? I'll give you a hint. What's the name of Jay-Z's first album? Some of y'all might not know this. You see this on YouTube, like, I don't know this. Get to this stuff. It needs to be, the name of Jay-Z's album is Reasonable Doubt, but it needs to be Beyond Reasonable Doubt. Sometimes in the beginning, when we first start talking about stuff, we can't get beyond reasonable doubt. Because, right, the first thing we be accusing a lot of these people of is racism. Right? Oh, so white guy choking a black guy. This can't be a white guy defending however many nationalities on the train. And if there are a few people on the train bothered or uncomfortable, Who can tell any? Who knows? I mean, only they can tell you how they felt, right? And if they're putting that narrative out there, but we pushing maybe the race angle, maybe we missed the point that, like, hey, yo, hold on. Let's say if this person, anybody, if you wasn't doing this, you would have made it home alive. So say, for instance, you get on a train, bus, plane, whatever, and you decide to offend someone or bug out, and you don't make it home alive. We need to figure out if it was been a guarantee that you wouldn't have made it home alive, even if you came on there and just chilled out, read your book, went to sleep, mind your business. But now, like I said, there's more. Right?
We now Sanders took, showing Daniel Penny rejoicing, and those who believe he should have been convicted expressing outrage outside the courthouse. This case always turned on the videos that bystanders took, showing Daniel Penny restraining Jordan. People in society at large viewed the video in vastly different ways. Clearly, people inside the courtroom also viewed these videos differently, with the defense calling their client Daniel Penny a hero for jumping in to protect.
That's how it's supposed to be. But there are whole groups of people, right? And some of those same groups of people like, oh, we never really on the juries when this is not a jury of our peers. Let me tell you something. Last thing in the world I would fuck around and trust is a jury of my peers. Because see, I could tell you that it's beyond a reasonable doubt that a lot of the bullshit that happened to me was with my peers. Now, my peers could be like, oh, but the reason I did some bullshit to you is because 300-400 years ago, something was done to somebody that might. But when it's happening to you, you kind of don't want to hear that shit. The reason I'm operating like this is because of my past and the things I've been through. Are you saying, beyond a reasonable doubt, that I shouldn't be able, or I shouldn't have human emotions? I shouldn't be able to be uncomfortable or afraid or traumatized? Because it just happened to be you, and you at. Sometimes we gotta make it make sense.
Protect strap hangers from someone they felt was threatening.
I'm trying to find.
My son didn't have to go through.
Here we go. This is the main part that I want to get to. Because remember what we opened up this video with. You remember the question? How many people, if you could come back, even if only just to be like, hey, nah, they ain't got no reason to sue. I was bugging. They don't need no money. They do not need no blessings coming their way. Not on account of me. Because remember, he homeless, dressing up as Michael Jackson on the subway, out there by himself, lonely, miserable, down, feeling depressed and going through some shit. and ain't nobody there. But now I'm dead and everybody love me. Yeah, Satan, Jesus, whoever, let me go back real quick and handle this. I'll be back, man. Might be better here than there. Either way.
Disappointment.
I miss my son. My son didn't.
I miss my son. Why you don't miss me when I'm here that you could get to me? You know how much that... Yo, bro. Well, that's done for those. Look, we done broke these. No, we didn't. We back. You could have neglected me. Pushed me to the side. Ignored me. Treat me like the scum of the earth. And I'm alive. You can see me. But when I die, when something crazy happens to me, or I get myself into something, you see a way for you to benefit financially, only, yo, Hub, how many people would want, like, yo, if you could come back and stop that, a lot of people would. So that's a common thing. So the reason I raised this is because how come, like, as a storm, as a people, like, how come when we turn on our news, we don't see the news saying what I just said? Like, well, yeah, I understand all that, but why was your people homeless? Why? Why did y'all just discard him like that? How long did you miss him for? Did you miss him just since he been dead? Say he was alive right now. Would you be missing him? We got to be able to get past, like I was saying, like, if you care, if you love, if you got all these feelings, man, do the right thing. When I love somebody and care about them, I try to show it, man. Every day, every moment I'm around them, no matter what I'm going through, it has to be you that, like, I'm not gonna go through no shit outside. I'm not gonna fucking be working the job, be frustrated from my job, come home and not love my family. I'm not gonna not love you or flip on you because you going through some shit. If you flipping on me, if you doing bullshit to me, if you treating me like shit, I got the right to act different as a human. I got the right to respond. Everybody is allowed to struggle and go through shit. But nobody is allowed to push that shit off and use it to damage and hurt others. In the smallest amount. Unless you're a celebrity and you rich, so shut up.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Yeah. I think that They should run a cruel joke on his family. If that's the case. But we know how these things happen. Motherfucker could have went his whole life never experiencing no love from that direction. That be common sometimes. Sometimes might be late in the game you encounter somebody that genuinely love you. You might get faked out. Who knows? Like shit is real. But imagine they ran like a crazy gang, like the lawyer, the judges, everybody in cahoots. And they get them in the courtroom. They think this the day where they gonna get the settlement. And then everybody in there just start reading them the riot. How dare you thought you was gonna get someone? Hey, yo, look, we had people investigated. I'ma say something, y'all. Yo, one time I was sick. I was like maybe like 15 or 16 years old. And yo, man. Here's what I don't know. Maybe. Sometimes people's actions can stick with you forever. It be some shit that's there forever. And you know, people just don't recognize it. And then
I didn't have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this either. It hurts. Really, really hurts. What are we gonna do, people?
that sound like, but it hurts. It really, really hurts. What are we gonna do, people? Trust me, if something happened to your child and you love your child, you've been in your child life, interacting with them, that is not how you fucking talk. You can see it, huh? They ain't. Like,
what's gonna happen to us now?
What's going to happen to us now? In what way? Are you saying that this was a racist thing? Oh, black people, what's going to happen to us? Or are you saying what's going to happen to your family now that you lost your son because he was homeless? Y'all wasn't fucking with him. He was homeless. He was in the subways dressing up as Michael Jackson, dancing and being frustrated. And when he was looking at that, when he was looking down, I said, is that a prepared speech? But then I'm like, what type lawyer they got? Like, is the dude next to him looking at him with the bald head that look like he could be related to the Waynes right there? Let me put my mouse over there. I'm assuming this is the lawyer. I'm going around his head. He wrote, like, this whole, is not the motherfucker with his own mind that's thinking. Nah. Satan. Let me get a little hiatus, man. Let me go pull up, man. Shut this shit down, man.